over the Nuggets. They improved to 34-21 on the season, 13 games above 500. Send it back out to Denver. Let's hear from J.J. Redick. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
J.J., a lot of good things. We'd have to imagine what stands out the most to you about tonight.
I thought our guys' conviction to execute a game plan and stick with that game plan was excellent. I told the group this, there are certain moments throughout the season that, you just get up for. And, I pretty much haven't slept since we walked off the court in Portland. And, I just spent a lot of time on this game. Our staff spent a lot of time on this game. I envision our guys playing hard. They played harder than I could have envisioned. They battled tonight. And those are the two things that stood out.
You had mentioned before the game you wanted to see Luka enter a certain mode. I can't remember exactly what your words were.
Blackout episode.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that.
He got one at the end of the first half when he hit the three right in front of our bench, 63-52. He started screaming.
Okay.
I don't know who he was screaming at, but he started screaming. It was great.
He looked kind of like Luka, right? But
yeah.
Can you just describe what you saw from him?
No, he was great. He controlled the game when he had the ball in his hands, made some great decisions. I thought the way he handled the shock with Jokic up in pick and roll early, getting us good looks, getting Jackson 2 layups. They had to go to other options. And then on the other end, it was, a top-notch defensive game from him. And again, that was all our guys. They battled and they competed and they executed at a really high level.
Big part of that game plan was having Rui physically meet Jokic and deny. I think 7 shot attempts, for him.
Yeah.
Is the tied for a season low this year. How good was Rui in that job tonight, and how good team-wise were you in really just making it difficult for them to even get Nicole the ball?
Yeah, I mean, again, he leads the NBA in touches. He's going to touch the ball, and we tried to limit his touches as much as possible. Thought Rui was outstanding. He was a warrior tonight, a warrior, and all the guys that had primary turns on him. LeBron at one point, Vando for sure, setting the tone with his physicality. Doe as well, and then anytime a small got switched on again, we just stuck with what we were trying to do, and had to live with some things, but that's what we were willing to live with.
And then to the second question, in terms of obviously Luka dealt with a pretty big shock in his world when he played. So you guys spoke, but how important do you think it'll be for him to have played a game like this now in a Lakers uniform as he moves forward in the organization?
Yeah, I think, again, the sort of return to normalcy and in some ways a new normal that we're trying to create for him, there are steps to all of that for it to become his new normal. And you need, in some ways, like what about Bob? You need baby steps, and tonight was a baby step. My staff hasn't even seen What About Bob.
I've never heard of that.
Bill Murray. It's a Bill Murray movie. Yeah, it's an excellent movie. Richard Dreyfuss, baby steps to the elevator.
Before you know it, he's making a pass or getting a really easy layup. You can't speed him up. He's strong. He knows how to play off the body. And I think he's finally settling in with this team, knowing their tendencies, the lob to LeBron, the lob to Hayes, the passes out to the corner to Reeves and things like that. He's getting very comfortable with this team, and it's only going to get better for him, in my opinion.
And for the Lakers and Luka to do this in a place that's been a haunted house for them. I mean, Ball Arena has been so unkind to the Lakers over the years. We talked about it a lot in the pregame show, Allie. For them to go in there and dominate. I mean, fans streaming for the exits with 4 minutes left. Sad shots of Jamal Murray on the bench, kind of like, what just happened out there? Things you're not accustomed to seeing if you're a Laker fan and you're playing the Denver Nuggets. And this team has been so good lately. They were ninth in the West in December. slowly ascended to second in the West. They won 9 in a row until tonight. This is just huge for the Lakers. Look, we're still only in February. You know, we're still a couple months from the playoffs. But this is a win they can go back on and say, in case they play them in the playoffs, we absolutely housed them in that February game. And also, one other thing, James, Lakers got a tough schedule coming up. They can go a little bit easier on themselves because they can say we can beat teams like this on the road handily, no matter who we're playing the rest of this month and in March.
I do want to touch on something because we talked about it in the pregame. Our guy actually in the game as well, and he was texting with me, and I said it just kind of felt a little different. And then we were having conversations with B More as well. Everyone knows the story between these two teams over the last several years, right? Denver's had their number; they've won 13 of the last 14. You mentioned coming in, Denver's won 9 straight. But when you looked at this matchup, it just felt different, and I think it goes back to just how strategic every possession felt, kind of like a playoff feel, not necessarily from an atmosphere and intensity. We're here in the month of February, but from a strategic standpoint. And we talked about a big game because you've got 3 visionaries, 3 of the most greatest dynamic players and pass makers, playmakers on the floor, and Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic. They can take you one-on-one. You double, triple team them, they can find and make the right pass. And I think from the Lakers standpoint tonight, we saw it maybe for the first time at an elite level, just how much Luka Doncic makes this matchup feel different. And when he and LeBron are on the floor and they draw those doubles, they're going to find the open man. And I think at a very high level, the Lakers executed that in the second half especially.
We pay so much attention to how talented they are that we forget the IQ that they have on the basketball court and their vision, what they're looking for, and how they can be ahead of plays before it even happens. That's what I love about both Luka and LeBron. Luka surveys the floor. He takes a snapshot, and then he gets into his act. Before you know it, he's got an easy layup, or he's making a lob or an easy bucket. So you have 2 intelligent ball players on the floor who can enhance everybody around them. Everybody likes to play with them. If they just stay patient and stay in their spots and move without the basketball, they're going to be the beneficiary of some really good passes from these guys. And I just think that LeBron and Luka are on the same page. They understand what their roles are and when they need to, ham and egg it together. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I saw LeBron one time, told Luka, "You got it," and he just walked up the floor and took a break. That's a good thing to have. It takes a lot of pressure off LeBron, and with the way the rest of the supporting cast is playing scrappy defense, this is one of the best games I've seen, and a really good team, solid team that I've seen in a long time. I know it's a short sample, but if they move in the right direction consistently, this could be something really special.
I mean, the Lakers finished with 27 assists. 19 came from LeBron and Luka. For the game, 55 assists, 29 between Luka, LeBron, and Nikola Jokic.
That's crazy. And James ham and egg in it. I love that.
I love that.